Good morning. I know nobody cares, but this is my week 18 health, fitness, wellness, all that update. Coming back off of my first week out of town for work, and it's a Sunday instead of a Monday because I can't do Mondays anymore until I'm done with this stint, simply because I'm not home on Mondays and I can't weigh myself. So I did do a weigh in this morning. Completely forgot to do it when I normally do it, and so I am fully dressed, but I did take my boots off. So right now, my weigh-in for today came in at 210, so we're looking really good, still down from last week. And normally I don't do like get ready with me, but I'm in a time crunch this morning, so just a moment. And good enough for government work. Okay, so I only did 2 days at the gym this past week. Now, I did work my arms out really hard though, and I did come in off of a week of no gym. So, yay. Here we go. Deciding on colors today. I'm doing darker purple. As you can see, you can tell my routine is very, very intricate. So yeah, coming in off of a week of no gym, I did a two solid days at the gym, which was nice. It was kind of difficult. I did have to do dinner with my boss one day this week, and then dinner with the higher ups, with the company we're working with. So it did take away some of my time. But I also made sure I did a nice dinner by myself, and then took a nice walk afterwards to go to the coastline and take a look at the piers and see what's going on. So it wasn't entirely uneventful, but anyway, last week was my last injection that I'm doing for a while. As of today, I have transitioned to a metabolism booster. So this next week will be the big transition period to determine how that's going to impact me, how that's going to change any cravings or habits that I already have, and help me move forward in this process. Can't find my makeup routine is very, very limited. And let's see. And there's not usually a rhyme or reason for it, so it is what it is. I don't want to do black today though. I'm wearing mostly purple, so. But yeah, I really am gonna be pushing to do 3 times at the gym this week. I'm also changing hotels. So I was staying at one hotel and I'm unhappy with the hotel, so went ahead and switched my reservations over to a nicer, well, same brand, just a little bit. It's a newer location. It was built more recently, and it looks a lot nicer. So that's where I'm gonna do my last 4 weeks. But hopefully it doesn't suck. Because I mean, again, I'm staying in a coastal town, so it tends to be things tend to get run down on the outside, salt water and everything, and it's not exactly a rich city, if you would. It's more of a it's an older town, but it's not bad out there. It's always a breeze, so there's that. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot of fitness and wellness updates aside from the fact that I have hit the 210 plateau. Right around that 212 to 210 is where I expected to kind of stop moving for a bit. So that's going to be, especially when I'm in the middle of this transition from the metabolism boosters from GLP-1 it's going to be an interesting transition, and it's going to be interesting to see how my body functions, and if we can keep up the good work, if we can keep seeing that downward trend. 210, I haven't been, back in 2019 is the last time that I was close to 210, and I dropped weight not pretty fast. It took me about 6 months to lose quite a lot of weight. But I went from like 210, 212 down to 170, which sounds amazing. And it looked amazing and it felt amazing. The only problem was I practically starved myself to get there. And we don't need to do that. That's not what we're here for. Sorry, tiny mirror for the win. So I did a lot of mostly calorie cutting. I stayed in a calorie deficit. I wasn't working out anything other than my warehouse job at the time, which was pretty physical, but my body was very much used to it. So I wasn't getting really anything extra. I was just basically drowning myself with water. And my shit is crooked as fuck. But I was just drinking a lot of water and calorie counting, just staying in that deficit as a way to, lose weight. But the problem is that is not sustainable. So needless to say, it took a couple of years. COVID really didn't impact that for me because, I was still working every day because, again, I worked in a warehouse and I was considered an essential worker, so I didn't get to stay home. But that being said, it took a few years for the weight to come back in force, but it came back with a vengeance. And that's how I ended up getting up to almost 240 pounds was, 6 months of calorie counting, 6 months of deficit. Your body really does go into like a starvation mode. And it causes significant issues moving forward, because when you bring the weight back on, like I said, the weight doesn't stay off, and when it comes back hard and heavy, and it's a lot harder to lose after that because your body has already gone, okay, store, because we understand that starvation is going to happen. At least this is my understanding of it, and I could be wrong. I am not a doctor. I just suck at taking care of myself. So, that being said, am I pretty? I'm pretty. I got a lot of shit on my head. There will be more. But, that being said, yeah, so we'll see how this metabolism booster does for me. I do have a friend who recommended it, and, obviously with doctor recommendations is really important as well. So make sure if you are, again, taking any medication for the purpose of trying to lose weight or get in better condition, make sure you talk to a professional. Make sure you do talk to a doctor and get the right thing for you. So we're trying this out. We're going to see how it goes. It would be, nice to not spend the money on injections, but also it would be nice to be happy and comfortable with where I am. So that's it for today, and look for any other videos I post for Whispering Grove, because that is currently what's going on. That's what I'm getting prepped for. Gotta put my boots back on because it's getting real close to time for me to get out of here, and I need to go put my leather halter top on. So that being said, thanks for watching. Bye.